glowy skin, I'm starting out by using my L'Oreal Lumi Magique primer, and I'm applying this with a Real Techniques brush. This is going to give our skin an amazing amount of luminosity, and it's just going to make it look very glowing. But to mattify the central T-zone, I'm taking my NYX Pore Filler Primer. I'm just warming this up in my fingers and then applying this to anywhere that gets a little bit shiny or unwanted shiny throughout the day. Then for foundation, I am mixing together my Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in the shade N20 with some of my Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream in the shade Nude, and I'm just mixing that together and I'm applying it with a damp beauty blender. I wanted a nice flawless base for today's look, and I love this foundation. It's honestly my absolute favourite, and applied with a damp beauty blender, it is just perfection. For concealer, I am in love with this concealer at the moment. It is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20 Sand. It has a beautiful warm undertone, and it really just brightens and takes away any darkness under your eyes, and the formula is just amazing. And again, I love to blend that in with my damp beauty blender. Now, I've been struggling a little bit with brow colour at the moment. Since going a little bit lighter and brighter, I can't use my favourite MUA palette, so I've been resorting back to my MAC Mystery Eyeshadow, and I absolutely love this for brows. It's slightly cool toned but still has a hint of warm. It's a really nice dark brown colour, and I think it just kind of goes with a lot of hair colours, a lot of hair looks, and I love the formula as well. So I'm just applying this with a Zoeva brow line brush. It is one of the best eyebrow brushes out. I am so in love with this. And then as always, I am setting my eyebrows down with my Eyeko Tinted Brow Gel. Honestly, this stuff is amazing, and it just doesn't leave your brows crunchy. It gives it a nice shine, and it's just perfect for the everyday. Even going out, your brows will stay in place. To set my face down today, I'm using my Bourjois Healthy Balance powder. This is in the shade 52 Vanille. I love this powder. I'm kind of deciding what darker colour I should get, but the next darker shade we have is 55. I'm not really too sure if that's going to be too dark, but I might just have to wing it and get it. Then today for eyes, I am taking my Morphe 35K palette. I'm just putting a base shadow all over just to set down any liquids, and then I'm slowly building it up. You can see the colours up in the top left hand corner. I feel like because they don't have names, it was just going to be easier to insert some pictures. These colours are amazing, and I am mixing it to be quite a warm toned eye. You can really build this crease to be as dark as you want. I still want to go for a semi-subtle look, so mine isn't too pigmented, but as you can see, I'm just slowly building it up and getting the kind of definition that I want. This champagne shade is stunning, and I find it really easy to apply with your finger. There is hardly any fallout even after you've done like your concealer and everything, and it is just one of the most perfect shades. And then I just blend it in with sort of like an all over flat eyeshadow brush. I decided I wanted a little bit more definition, so I'm just going in with a slightly darker warm brown, and I'm just using an angle brush just to sharpen up the outer edges and give it a little bit more of a polished look. I'm currently obsessed with defining my upper lash line, but on the regular I really don't like to use anything too harsh like a gel liner or anything, so I've been obsessed with using a black shadow. I just use it as long as it's pigmented from any palette that I've got, and I apply it with a little Sigma eyeliner brush, and it is just the perfect texture. It's not so thin as the MAC eyeliner brush, so it really helps just place the product, which I love. And then to darken the bottom lash line, but not make it too dark, I'm mixing together that darker brown and the black, and then just running that along with a small smudger brush. For mascara today, I am bringing out the trusty old Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I honestly don't think I will ever get sick of this. It is so beautiful and buildable, and it is such a lovely black. So I'm just building that up, and I do apply quite a few coats, but I'm not going to bore you with all that footage. I did get it on my nose, which I feel like happens every single time. But yeah, this mascara is super buildable, so go as heavy or as light as you want. Then one of the old favourites coming back is my Nars Night Porter eyeliner. This is amazing. It is like an emerald green with a slight pearlescence. I did mention it in my recent September favourites video. A few of these things are mentioned there as well. So if you want to hear me ramble about them a little bit more, I will leave the link down below. But this is a beautiful liner, and it is very easily applied even after your mascara. I thought I would chisel my cheekbones out just a wee bit, and I'm taking my Kevyn medium sculpting powder with a Nars Eater brush. I didn't go too hard out, but I thought a little bit of definition can go a long way, so I've applied a little bit of that. And then for bronzer, I'm taking my Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade Bronze 01, I think it is. I will double check and I'll put that down below, but I'm using that and I'm applying that with a large fluffy powder brush. I wanted a real glow with this makeup as the eyes are quite defined, so that is going all over. And then I'm also going to top it up with a little bit of the Makeup Revolution Summer of Love Triple Baked Bronzer. This is a beautiful drugstore alternative to the Hourglass Radiant Light Powder, and it just ups the ante of any bronzer you have underneath. So enough for the bronze, I wanted to move on to highlighter. This shade is from the Golden Sugar 2 palette by Makeup Revolution. I found it to be a beautiful kind of wet look highlighter. It is very intense, and I did end up going quite heavy on it because I just thought, why not? I wanted it to be a heavy kind of sultry, I don't know where I'm going with this highlighter look basically, but I really like it, and you guys should check it out. If you want a palette that has so many beautiful iridescent shades, I would totally check this one out. For lips today, I decided to do a lip combo, so I'm starting with the Nars Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, or what's left of it basically. This is the shade Bahama. I absolutely love it, but I wanted to make it a little bit more dark. So first of all, I'm applying this. It is a beautiful brown toned, nudie, rosy, I don't even know, mauvey kind of colour, and I absolutely love it. And then over the top of it, just to matte it out a little bit more, I'm applying some of the Maybelline Matte Sensational lipstick. No, it's not. It's the Creamy Matte lipstick, and it's in the shade Nude Nuance. I love this formula. If you can get your hands on it, it is beautiful, not too drying, but it is a nice creamy matte, like they say. And then to make the edges just chill out a little bit, I am just rubbing my finger around it just to blend it in. Just gives a softer effect. And this, guys, is the finished look. I am so in love with this makeup. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I feel like the eyes are piercing, but it is still very wearable, still very girly, still very autumnal, or even spring. So if you did like it, give it a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel to check out my future videos, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! As you use it, because when you're in the shower you can literally just run your fingers through your hair and it is not free. It just feels amazing. Even when I'm at the hairdressers and they use it, you can feel